is Laura Savage, and I'm one of the field marketing specialists for the East Central Florida region. Today, I'm going to be showing you how you can purchase a vanity domain off of a site like GoDaddy.com and then link it to your Moxie website. This is something we in the field would gladly help you do in person. However, if you want to strike out and try it on your own, this video is going to show you step by step how to do so. We're going to get started here on GoDaddy.com. So if you already have your domain purchased, you're just going to sign in here at the top right. However, if you don't have your domain purchased and you want to purchase a domain, we are going to have to search to make sure that the domains are still available, because obviously domains are unique websites. So this is something that cannot be owned by someone else. So if you have somewhat of a generic business name that you wanted to try to see if it's available, you are going to want to make sure that you kind of play around and see what is available. I'm just going to type in first name, last name, realtor, search for the domain. And oh my gosh, my domain is available. Crazy enough that Laura Savage has not been used quite yet. So I'm going to select make it mine. And what's great when you're first time purchasing your domain is you can get it for 1 penny for the first year. So it's actually a pretty good deal. This domain builder that they're trying to sell me, I don't need, because basically I don't need the email. I don't need any of the additional features. So I'm going to say no thanks. I'm going to continue to my cart. The domain protection is going to be a decision that's completely up to you. So I am just kind of going through the motions here. I'm not actually going to be purchasing a domain for myself today, but I am still going to continue to cart. When you are ready to go, you can just hit I'm ready to pay. Continue checking out. We'll have you create an account. This is something you are going to be required to do because you do need access to that account to be able to update your Moxie information. So you can do it through Facebook, through Google, or just through a regular email. It doesn't matter which option you choose as long as you remember that option and are able to therefore log back in when you need to make any updates to your domain name or go back in and renew. So next step we're going to find is going to be here on our GoDaddy homepage. When you do log in after your initial time buying the domain, it generally takes you to the My Products page, where you'll be able to see the domains you have purchased. I only have one purchase, which is laurapinkasavage.com. For the purposes of setting up your domain with your Moxie website, you are going to want to manage the DNS. So anytime you see DNS, or if you click into domain, so you can do this a couple ways. So if you click into this domain here, go to manage domain or manage DNS. Essentially, we want to try and get to this table that has DNS records, the different types with names. These are the primary areas where we're going to have to make sure we connect these records so it shows up on your Moxie website. The other way you could do that from the home page is to go to where it says domains, DNS, and it's going to take you here right away. Our next step is going to require going onto our Moxie website. So I'm here on my Moxie home page, just going to click my website, and this is going to take me to the website's admin page. Here on the admin homepage, we're just going to go to the second section, completing your site activation. And number 2 on the small list is going to be set up a vanity domain. Go ahead and click go there. This will take us to our domain mapping page here. The first thing that you're probably going to see under domains connected to this website is going to be your default. So it'll most likely be first name, last name, .sites.cbmoxieworks.com. Obviously, that's a little bit of a mouthful. So this is a big reason to why we create these vanity domains, is to kind of keep things short and sweet, easy to remember, something personally connected to you that when you send this to your clients, it's going to be easy for them to access your website. To get us started, we're going to go to the Add a Domain box. Here we'll type in that newly purchased domain or the domain that you've already owned. So I just typed in sampledomain.com since I already have my domain link. This is just going to be an example. And you can also select the checkbox that says to set as primary domain once it is verified. So I'm going to hit continue. What is nice is it does give you step-by-step instructions on how you can set up your domain. So if you do miss a step in this video, this at least kind of walks you through what you need to do. So the two main areas I'm going to point out are these DNS record types, the A and C name. I'm going to go ahead and copy the value from the DNS record type, the A, with the name @ the @ symbol. So I just want the numbers here. I'm going to go back to my GoDaddy. Then here on our GoDaddy DNS record chart, we're going to look for what matches in those fields. So our type A, our name @. Most likely, since mine's already set up, this is going to say parked for you, but I'm just going to go through the motions to show you what you need to do. So A, @ symbol, and I'm going to replace the value here and hit save. Once again, I replaced it with that value that I copied from the Moxie website. So I'm going to go back and copy the next one. So it's cname www.dugout.moxieworks.com. And then once I'm in GoDaddy, I'll look for cname www. Once again, mine already has been updated. Dugout.moxieworks.com is there. Yours is probably going to be your domain name with a period afterwards. This is what reroutes it to that Moxie server. So I'm going to get rid of it, paste it in, and hit save. In our DNS records chart, we updated A and we updated C name. These are the only two records that we are going to need to update in order to successfully connect our domains. Once we've done those two steps and updated these two values, all we have to do is hit verify domain. Once you hit verify, it's going to show one of two things. It's either going to show that it automatically verified and went through instantaneously. This can happen with domains. Sometimes it can be very quick. Sometimes it could take a little bit of time. So it could say verification in progress. I'd give it at least 24 hours if it says this, just for it to show up. If it has been longer than a day and it's still trying to verify, I would go back into GoDaddy, make sure that all of those fields have been changed correctly, or just to remove it and try the process again because something might have gotten in the way. If you're still having any issues, definitely reach out to a field marketing specialist and they can kind of look into some things for you and troubleshoot. But you can set any of the domains as primary. It does also give you that option to set this vanity domain as primary when you are changing it, or when you're entering it in here. You could have multiple domains. You're only allowed to have one as primary. What that means is primary is going to be the one that shows at the top of the browser when they go into it. But any domain, so if you have multiple website names, you can still route them to the same website. It's still going to show that primary one at the top of the browser, but any of them are going to be able to show up for the same website. Those are going to be the nuts and bolts of how to get your vanity domains set up on your Moxie website. I will caveat by saying I did use that GoDaddy registrar system. There are a few different options that you could be using. GoDaddy is just one of the most popular, so I wanted to make sure that I use that as my example. It's also the one that I personally use. However, the instructions are pretty much transferable to whatever registrar you've purchased your domain from. And the Moxie website does provide those steps for the different registrar systems. If you do have any questions about how to get this set up, or if you get to a sticky point, definitely reach out to your field marketing specialist. We'd be more than happy to help you out further.